Hey, good evening. How you doing? I hope you're doing well. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know how the volume is on the microphone, and I can make adjustments if needed. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you caught the premiere that I just uh, shared. It was of the Florida RV Super Show in Tampa, Florida. Happens once a year, and it's one of the biggest, if not the biggest, RV show in the country. Some people say Hershey's is in Pennsylvania, but I've heard others say Tampa is bigger. So let me say hello to a couple people that jumped in. Hey, Crazy Ann, nice to see you. Thank you very much for saying hello. How do? And thank you to Raul, Forest Traveler. How are you? Thank you for giving me a sound check. Got a new microphone, so having a little, a little fine tune adjustments to make sure it's not too loud or distorted or something like that. And then we got Chasing America. Hello. Thank you for the compliments. I appreciate it. And nice to meet you again. Seeing you here again. And Fairy Dust is here live in Florida. That's right. From the space coast of Florida where they launched the rockets. I'm right here where they launched the rockets, right next to the Kennedy Space Center, Cocoa Beach, Cape Canaveral, where the Port Canaveral is, where all the cruise ships leave. And it's a great place to live. Daytona Beach is right down the road, so great place to live. Hello, Camp Goer One. Nice to meet you. Thank you for coming in, and thank you, Fairy Does, for inviting our new friend. Thank you very much for being my friend. I'll check out your channel later. I always do. It's not always right away, but I do get to it. I take pictures of the chat to see who's new and everything like that. So thank you for being here. And Crazy Ann saying hello to everybody. And she is crazy. So be careful when you go over to her channel. She's crazy. Nice lady, though. Look at her. She's being very friendly and nice during the premiere and everything. It's Hilda. How are you doing, Hilda? Nice to see you. Thank you for propping in. I hope you get to see the premiere of the RV Super Show. That's going to be my summed up event from the RV Super Show. There'll be a few other tours that'll be coming up by the end of the week, but other than that, that's the synopsis of the RV Super Show. I didn't want to make it too drawn out, even though that's what I usually do. I get carried away and draw out things. James Cannonese need lots of prayer. Lost grandson 5 minutes ago. I'm so sorry to hear that, James. I pray that you find peace in God, that you'll see what God has for you, glorify Him through all this situation. I'm sorry you're going through that. My dad is dying of cancer. He's about to pass away. Um, so I feel the pain. Losing grandsons, losing parents, and things is very difficult. So I pray for your peace through all this, to see what God has for you through all this. Raul saying hello to Hilda. What kind of rig do you have? Our weekends? I have a Transcend Explorer, Grand Design Transcend Explorer. That's what I'm in right now. This is my kitchen. I have a backsplash I installed on it, stainless steel tile with a toaster oven. Let me move my head. A toaster oven over there that I just put on the countertop. And my stove and oven are right here. I got it backwards. Stove and oven are right there with a stainless steel hood and a microwave that's stainless steel front. Very nice. And right here is my refrigerator and freezer. And over here is my pantry. That's right, I got a pantry. It's a 31-foot entry level rig from Grand Design. It's a very nice rig. I love it. Fell in love with it as soon as I jumped in. The price was the big thing. It was only $20,668 or 686, something like that. Very reasonable. 31-foot rig, 26-foot inside. Has a separate bedroom, separate uh, bathroom that's the width of the whole RV, very spacious, and has recliners in front of the flat screen, which I fell in love with. And when the slider closed, I could use everything. That was a big plus when I saw this rig. Like I said, $20,686 plus the fees and stuff. Uh, but what a steal. As soon as I saw it, I knew it was a great deal. I mean, I saw it at an RV show 2.5 years ago. Basically saw it and went, this is, I'll take it. And I didn't want to go up to another 10 grand for laminated walls and fiberglass siding, aluminum wheels, LED lighting everywhere, cup holders that have lights and lights around the stove and vibrating and heated seats and all that crazy stuff. I didn't need all that. I just wanted the best quality product I could get for the most reasonable price. And that's what I got. So let's get up here caught up uh, with everybody in the chat. Thank you, everyone. Have to go be with the daughter. All right, go be with the daughter. Blessings to you and your family. I'm fine at Anastasia State Park in Florida. Yeah, today 48. Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of a little cool today. And you're, 2 hours from me north. Well, hour and a half or so from me north. I'm thinking about coming up there this weekend to go to an RV show in Jacksonville. So I might be going up A1A. Depends when my father passes, what happens there. But I'm thinking about an RV show there in Jacksonville. There's a big RV show in Jacksonville. It's a big one. Uh, more prayers, condolences to James. We are here for you, James. More condolences there. Thank you for all y'all loving on James. And Ferida says, hola, forest traveler, Raul. So Raul is someone I met in the Florida Keys. And he was there as a volunteer for the state park system. So he's in Anastasia State Park volunteering there and camping and exchanging his services at the park. So he gets to stay there. So I met him in the Florida Keys at Bahia Honda State Park in Florida Keys. And we had actually an interview. I interviewed him. He interviewed me. There's a interview on my channel. If you click on the playlist interviews, you should be able to find it really easy. I added a bunch more playlists to my channel. So if you want to go check them out, I got a bunch of different playlists. I've sectioned off some certain things to make it easier to find certain types of videos that you would like or not like. Some people would like just camping. Some people would want to check out state parks. Some people would like to see my travel that is not related to camping. Cooking videos in my RV. Also scenic views of nature views, just nature. Things like that. Home movies of videos that could be boring to some. That kind of stuff. It's all separated so you can watch what you like to watch and not have to be bored with things you don't like to watch. So this weekend, on Friday, I have a premiere coming up that is a cooking video where I first cook some chicken legs on my smoker for the first time, and it came out great. So I love that smoker I got. It's a little personal smoker, about 14 inches in diameter, as far as what I found at a Home Depot that Weber sold. So it was really cheap. So I really like it. I might need it. There we go. I was a little blown out there with the light. So if you like cooking videos, I got cooking videos. If you like fun videos, I got a category just for fun, goofing around, and some things I think are fun. Riding my scooter. I got a playlist for just riding my scooter around. So if that's what you want to do, you can check that out. So that's what I decided to do. And I got a few more tours of some RVs coming up the rest of the week. And then the RV tours are going to be done. And then I will be focused on the most 2 videos a week, 1 video a week at the minimum, because of me signing up for the RV Technical Institute. That's something that I just started about a week ago. And the RV Technical Institute is the industry that regulates the RV industry, the way they manufacture RVs, how they set up appliances and such inside RVs to make sure they do it safely. And the Institute has offered a training program for people to learn how to fix RVs. And I took them up on their offer. I got a brochure at the RV Super Show. I have been thinking about it seriously. I was ready to do it. And I found the RV Technical Institute, and they're out of Indiana, Elkhart, Indiana, where I'll be taking the class. And I've already started. I went through 3 modules. There's 5 modules for the first level. So I'm, 3/5 of the way through that. And then once I complete that by the end of this week, I'll complete that. Then I'll be going to a hybrid class that I'll be doing online on 4 days a week. And then on the 5th day, I'll do a Zoom call with the instructor and to review the material to make sure I'm learning everything. So far, I've been doing all right with the quizzes. I haven't aced them, but I did okay. The top first 2, I did really, I did okay. And then the third one was a little tougher because these are things I never really got into intricate detail with. So, hey, Rob on the road, how are you doing? Rob's from the UK, United Kingdom over there. Say hello to him. Thank you for saying hello, Forest Traveler Raul, and Fairy Dust saying hello. So, all that to say, my schedule's filling up, so I won't be able to put out as many videos. And I thought about putting out a poll, but I'll put that off for a little bit about lives and things like that and what people prefer. Do you prefer lives? Do you prefer videos? That kind of stuff. I don't have a lot of followers, but I do want you guys, to see what you want to see. So I want to give you the content that you want. So I'll think about it. Share it out the live stream, Facebook, YouTube community tab. Thank you, Ford Man. Appreciate it very much. So yeah, I worked really hard on that last video, not to make it too long, not to make it too short, not to make it too boring, and not to make it too quick that you can't see anything. So that's a delicate balance. I think that video was probably a video I want to repeat as far as the way it came out. It's not my necessarily best video that I like to watch, but it's a video that finds the middle ground between the masses, because I know a lot of people want more details, and then I know a lot of people have a problem with too much content. They want to get to the point and get in and get out and be entertained and move on. So I think that last premiere was somewhere in that range between 10 and 20 minutes, which most people are willing to click on and watch. But that's not my style. I like the longer videos. But I did it to try to be concise and as quick as possible. So, and to get it out as quick as possible to the actual date of the RV Super Show. Because, hey, Thrifty Angela, thank you for coming in. Appreciate you so much. And if you guys don't know Thrifty Angela, check out her channel. She does crafts. So check her out. I'm your friend now. Thank you, Camp Goer 1. Thank you very much. If you have a first name and you want to share it, feel free. My name's Robert. We go by first names when we can. Thank you for following. I also have an Instagram account and Facebook. So if you want to get a little more spontaneity or spontaneous videos and lives, check out Facebook and Instagram. More, I think it's kind of like Instagram is I do more photos, right? And some videos, but Facebook I'll do pop-up lives more often. But again, I'm being bogged down with all this stuff going on. Can't stay long. Just wanted to say hi and send my support. Thank you, Angela, for stopping by. Take care of those kiddos and your husband. Depends on the topic, but always enjoy your videos. You edit with music and your voice over is pretty good. Thank you. Thank you, Fairy Dust. Let's see here. Love your channel. I think you're doing a great job, Robert. Thank you, Angela. You're doing a great job also. Appreciate you so much. Let's see here. Your name is Linda. All right, Linda, I'll try to remember your name. My name's Robert. And Forest Traveler, that's Raul with an extra O in there, Raul. Usually Raul is Raul. He has an O in there, Raul. So I used to work with a Raul from Cubana. So Raul is from Cubana also. So I met him in the Florida Keys. Angela's channel is right here. Thank you, Angela, for sharing that. Appreciate you so much. So, you know, I make videos the way I like them. So they can be long and too much detail for some people, but other people, that's what I like to do. I like a little more detail, especially if I'm invested in the person. Um, that's really cool. And thank you, Rebecca Davis, Touched by Yarn. Nice to see you. Good evening to you. Thank you for coming in and saying hello. If you like crocheting and all that knitting stuff, check out Rebecca Davis. She does that yarn stuff. I'm sorry, I'm not up on it. I don't know all that stuff. I think it's called crocheting. But anyway, you can't please all the people. And I try to find the middle ground. But on that RV premiere I just did, I tried to be as clear, as concise, as fast as I could. And I did a couple of tours. I think I did 3 tours, but they were condensed tours. If you want the full tours, you can go on my channel and look on the tabs where it say a playlist. And then when you click on playlists, you can find RV shows. So if you want to see more uh, in depth, it's not detailed yet because I haven't come to that point to where people are really interested in details. They're quicker because I'm usually at an RV show and there are thousands of people there wanting to look at the RV. So I can't sit there and go, do a 15-minute video on one RV. And I'm hoping that I'll make it to the Jacksonville RV show. There's a Jacksonville RV show. I think it's called a Mega RV show in Jacksonville. So if if things pan out right, the weather's looking really good, and I'll probably head up to Jacksonville. I might ride my scooter there if the weather's good. Might ride my scooter there because my other alternative is my big V10 long bed crew cab pickup truck, which probably gets 8 miles to the gallon. So let's see. At RV Weekends, what part of Florida are you? I'm in the Space Coast near the Kennedy Space Center, right next to the Kennedy Space Center. I can see the launches right from my RV. I'm a native from here. I was born here in Titusville. I'm in Mims right now, which is just a couple miles north of Titusville. And this is where I was born and raised. I've lived in Palm Bay, which was about 45 miles to the south, for 20 years, and then moved back. Recently, about 2 years ago, I moved back and back in my hometown generally. And I got an offer I couldn't refuse, so I got my RV parked in a outdoor storage area. And it's a friend, family, a friend grew up with that I'm here at this property. It has its benefits and it has its not so good benefits, but it's great. And I'm, looking, like I said, training to be an RV repair technician, inspection technician also. So when, you're looking to buy an RV and you want to make sure it's sound, I will be able to do that also for a fee. So that's going to be something that I start on the side of my current job, and hopefully it turns into a full-time gig, which I think it will, because there's a high demand for technicians to inspect and repair RVs. I'm learning so much on the level 1 class. It's incredible. I love it, and I can't wait to get into the immersive level 2 class, which will make me a certified technician. So pumped by it. Forest Traveler, do you have a channel? Yes, he does. He has a couple of channels. He has a Spanish speaking channel and English speaking channel. So again, if you want to look at an interview, I interviewed Raul on my channel. And if you click on my playlist, you'll see interviews. So he's on there. I interviewed him on my channel. Check it out when you get an opportunity. It's Raul. He is a volunteer at the state parks Great guy. Had a good time with him. And I met him in Florida Keys, but I also saw him in Anastasia there in near Jacksonville, about 25 minutes out of Jacksonville. Um, where does one find schooling for RVs? It's right here. It's called the RV Technical Institute. They're in Elkhart, Indiana. They're going to be the best price. The price is so cheap that you won't believe it's real. Only $300 to enroll today. The most affordable than ever enrollment. You got 3 options to do the class. It's if you do it in person, it's 5 weeks. If you do it online, you can go at your pace. If you work for an RV dealer, because they're going to have tests and lab work that you have to do on an RV. So you have to have somebody there to witness what you're doing. I'm doing what's called a hybrid class. So level 1, I'm doing it online at my own pace. There's 4 modules. I'm sorry. There's 5 modules. The modules consist of propane, water, electrical, appliances, and other furnace type things. I haven't got to there yet, but I've already went 3/5 of the way. I did the water, propane, and electrical. Now I'm into the appliances, and that's my 4th module. So that's totally online, your own pace. And I don't think there's a pass or fail, but I haven't finished it yet. But I'm doing the hybrid class. So you can go there in person, do it in 5 weeks, I think, in Elkhart, Indiana, or you can do an online course that you can do level 1 and level 2 in 12 months at your own pace. If you can do lab work with an RV tech, an RV business, or my way is hybrid. So level 1, I'm doing totally online at my pace. I just got to finish it before the 14th of February because I'm doing a hybrid class, which is deadline based. It has hard times, hard dates to keep on. So I'll finish that by the end of this week. I'll finish 2 more modules. I've already started the 4th module, and then there'll be a 5th. And then level 2 will start for me. It's starting on the 14th, and it's online. And I do 4 days. I have 4 days to get a certain amount of hours done. And then on the 5th day, which will be a Friday, I do a Zoom call with the instructor to review what I've learned through the week. And that's a requirement. But that class is 12 weeks. And because I don't work for an RV dealer, I have to go to Elkhart, Indiana for 1 week to do all the lab tests so they can see me work on the RV and test the propane system, test the water system, test the electrical systems, relays and breakers and GFCI 6 circuits and all that stuff. So I'll be there. I've already started looking at plane tickets and hotels and rental cars and such on staying there for 1 week to do all the lab work and then do a final exam. And that'll be in May. So the first week in May will be my lab work and test. And hopefully I'll pass that, which I don't see why I wouldn't. It's pretty good, easy instruction. And I've been doing well with the quizzes. So I'm real impressed with it. So I don't see a problem with that. Yeah, it is really cool because there's another class, another teaching school in Texas, which charges about 12 grand for the same stuff, 12 plus grand for the same stuff. And why is it cheap here? I asked them the same thing. Why is it cheap? They said, because they're a nonprofit, they are the industry, and they're so short on RV techs that this is an incentive program to get more RV techs because they can't fix the RVs fast enough. There's too many RVs out there. People have to leave their RVs at dealerships for 2 months or more to get fixed because there's just not enough RV techs. So they're incentivizing the training to get more RV techs in the industry. So that's what I plan on doing, to be a mobile RV tech in my area. I have Daytona Beach right down the street, about 45 minutes away. I have Cocoa Beach down the street, about 30, 35, 40 minutes away. I have the Space Center, obviously. I have campgrounds, RV parks all over the place. So I don't see a problem with the work. Hello, Gracie. Gracie, nice to see you. Thanks for popping in. I hate to go. I hope everyone has a great night. Bye, all, and bye, Robert. Thank you, Angela, for being here. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. Gracie saying hello to everybody. Hi, Gracie, Gracie, Gracie. Gracie Seeking Adventures. Can you update the campsite on who's reserved a spot for 022? That's a good question. Not for me. Wow, holy smokes. $12,000. Yep. And this one's 300. So I was pretty bummed when I first saw these prices because I was just going to do the level 1 class and I was going to pay $2,500, not to mention the hotel and the gas prices to go over to Texas. It was going to cost me $3,500 to do the level 1 class, which is totally basic. So I just feel blessed by God that I ran into this RV Institute. Actually, there was an RV inspector. I ran into an RV inspector at the RV Super Show, and he pointed me to, to the RV Institute. And that's a godsend for $300. So I already paid him the $300 and I got a 12-month membership. I can go back and review the classes and everything. What? That's unbelievable. Too long to be without your rig. Right. Yep. Hey, Tommy, She Devil Adventures. Nice to see you. Thank you for popping in and saying hello. It's like that they're in the Phoenix area. It takes forever to get your rig fixed. Yep. Yes. Laugh out loud. So, Fairy to Sweep the Wild Winds, you were the last one to reserve a site, and I did add you to the list. Cool. Tommy, hello, great to see you. Then Gracie says, is there someone I don't know about Fairy Dust Sweep the Wild Winds who rented a spot but may not have joined the group? Don't know about that. I'm not going. That's really a godsend. I should do that. Yeah, for $300. For $300. You could do it all online. You can do it all online, except for the last week if you want to get a certification. So I'm looking at plane tickets already. I looked at one. I could get a hotel, plane ticket, round trip, and a rental car for the super cheap one was 1,100 plus change, but that was a 3.5-star hotel, which had some bad reviews. So to jump up to a 4-star hotel, it was about $1,400 for round trip airfare, hotel, and car rental. I could probably go without the car rental. I could pay a taxi to take me to school every morning. But anyway, oh, okay. I noticed you were welcoming others, but thought there was updates. Let's see here. I just finished watching your premiere. It looks like I will have to keep my old rig for a while. Yeah, those prices are unbelievable. Yeah, like I said, I have and again, you can check out the tour of my rig. Robert, if you could fly to Oregon, you would love it. Yes, I would. I have a tour of my rig on my channel. It's one of my oldest videos, so you have to go really far back. And I think it's on the RV show playlist. You should be able to find my tour of this rig that I'm in. It's a 2020 Grand Design Transcend Explore 260 RB. So 260, it's about 26 foot inside. RB is a rear bathroom, so it's a pretty, good sized bathroom, spacious. And it's a couples coach, what they call a couples coach, meaning it's meant for 2 people. It can sleep 4, but it's meant for 2. Like right here where I'm at, I'm in the dinette. I took out the table and I made a computer desk out of wood and placed it and straddled the 2 backs of the bench seats. The bench seats are still here. The table is just gone. And I slid my office chair in between the bench seats and put my computer right on the wood entertainment center, so to speak, or computer desk. And that's where I had my computer. And it has a isolated bedroom, which is nice. You slide the door, closes the bedroom off to the rest of the RV. It has 2 Thomas Paine recliners in front of the flat screen. It has a pantry, which I love, flat screen, propane oven and stove, and overhead hood, and a microwave, and a refrigerator freezer, all on a slider, which is very nice. And I can use everything when the slider is closed, which was a must. And I can get to the bathroom with the sliders closed. I can get to the bedroom when the sliders closed. Very, very nice rig. As soon as I walked in, I had been looking, preparing to buy a rig for a year or so. And I had a hybrid camper, and I knew what I wanted and I knew what I didn't want. So when I walked in and saw this and I saw the price tag, $20,000, $20,686, I went, I'll take it. I signed right there. I knew it was a good deal and took delivery in a few weeks after that because I was at an RV show. And I love it. I would do it again. I would buy this rig again. If I had more money, I would buy a little nicer, but as far as little special things, but it's a great rig. Love it. Let's see here. Let me look at the chat. No, it's a travel trailer. This is a travel trailer. So I have a 2001 Ford F-250 long bed four-wheel drive crew cab V10 for towing. Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, again, you want to see the tour of my rig, go to my channel and click on playlists, and you should see it in the RV shows. If not, it's one of the oldest videos I ever posted. Looking for my own rig. Prices just may not go down. Yeah. See you the next week, everyone. Good night, Raul. Nice to see you. Thank you for coming in. I'm looking for a shuttle bus to build out. Nice. Those are scarce. And the prices on used units are unreal as well. Right. I think the best thing to do is go to an auction, a public auction for like used county vehicles, stuff like that. Yeah, it is a great truck. It's very sound. It doesn't get good gas mileage, but it does the job. I'm hoping that when I start this business and have a little bit of extra income, I can fix it up a little more. I mean, it's not in bad shape. It's just I like I like the model. The only thing I might change is I wouldn't mind upgrading to a diesel, the older diesels, not with all the emission junk on it, but a really old one that I don't have to put DEF fluid in and computers and all that craziness. I wouldn't mind getting an old diesel, maybe, but for now, I'm happy with mine. I wouldn't mind upgrading my seats and my side mirrors and things like that. But for now, it's great. Tommy, so you would go diesel or regular gas? Okay, Brene, I created a post for our group. Cool. Love the videos from the RV show. Thank you, Rob. Appreciate it. Viviana drinking white wine tonight. Woo! Oh, I had a few shots. I did my class work for the first couple hours, and then I cranked up the smoker and did some smoked chicken leg. Let me show you. They came out perfect. Let's see here. Oh my goodness, look at that. Little barbecue sauce on them. Mixed veggies below. I got a cooking video coming out Friday on cooking these wings. Not these exact chicken legs, but I cooked some chicken legs. And they came out perfect. So that's going to be on Friday, a little after 2 o'clock Eastern time. It'll be a cooking video. Sorry, Robert. that we are doing business on your channel. That's all right. Oh, groovy, Gracie. Thank you for your efforts. Yes. Oh, yummy smoked chicken. Yeah, it was good. I had one leg and it was a late dinner, so I didn't eat a lot. I just had one leg and some veggies, and that's why it's put away for tomorrow. Gracie trying to get them out there. Nope. I got plans. You need a taste test? Well, you got to come by, Gracie. Come on by. I got some parking. You can park over here. My mechanic bought a four-wheel drive truck diesel, and his kid drove it and put unleaded gas in it. Oh, gosh. Truck's smoking now. Wow. Yeah, because he probably burned up the rings on the pistons. Yeah, that means he ran it lean on lubricant because the diesel fuel is highly lubricated. And if you run it without that lubricant, you burn up the rings. And now your rings are damaged and you get blow by. You get diesel fuel blowing past the rings into the crankcase. Yeah, not good. Um, you know, hopefully the rings you can just replace the rings and it would be good again. That's just my limited expertise. I'm not a mechanic. I'm mechanically inclined, but I'm not a mechanic as far as diesel goes. But I think if you just replace the rings, it wouldn't be a major deal. You just got to remove the heads in the cylinder. I mean, it's a major deal, but not that major. You're not like replacing, you know, piston rods and bearings and stuff. But while you're in there, you might as well do some more work, right? Well, when Robert gets his RV certification, you can hit the road west, Robert. I do not see myself coming to Florida. I'm not going out west anytime soon. Nope. I don't have income that I can't make income driving around with a sign on the side of my truck. I'm not going to make any income that way here and there, but you need steady income to pay for your expenses. So I don't see me doing any serious road trips as far as longer than 2 weeks until I retire. And I won't be retiring for 9 years at least. So I don't know. I already have next Christmas planned. I'm going to be going local again for 2 weeks. We're going to be going to Anastasia State Park. And then there's a place just north of Anastasia in Jacksonville where we're going to hit during the holidays. Yep. He's not too happy. I wouldn't be either. Yeah. Yeah. I would love to get me I think, probably a model year 99 Ford to a 2003 or 4 model with a diesel. That was before they got all that crazy DEF fluid on there. And I wouldn't mind having a long bed super cab. I have a long bed crew cab with a gasoline. Now, if I was going newer, I would definitely go gas with the big 5.3. I think no 7.3. I'm sorry, 7.3 gas motor. I would rather have that than a diesel. But if we're going old school, I would do 99 Ford to 2003 or 4. I don't know when they transition to the next year, the next model. That's scary. Yeah, it is. About 1,500 to fix it, he said. Woo! Not horrible compared to probably 3,000 to fix it. And if you want to replace that motor, you're talking $20,000 probably. So 1,500, not that bad. I would take that. I will be listening, going to feed, train the puppy. Okay, Gracie. I get it, Robert. One day. Yeah. I mean, I have a job. I don't have any other way to make income. So I'm kind of stuck where I'm at till, and even if I had the RV mobile service, I would be marketing my area. I'm not marketing nationwide, and there's no way I could. I mean, I'd be hundreds of miles from anybody who called me, right? So it would not be like, you know, profitable to be on the road and going, anybody in my area, Yeah, I'm sure it would happen. It just wouldn't be a steady thing. So, until I retire, I gotta make the money where I'm at. That sounds like me. I think I have 8 more years to have my 30 years and still not old enough for Social Security. Well, good for you, Tommy. That's a good thing. My brother just retired. He's probably 50, and he just retired from the county sheriff department, and he totally retired. And he was very smart with his money. So he probably paid for his house and got it paid off, and very smart. He lived with one vehicle forever, one cell phone forever. He was very smart. He is a retired big rig semi mechanic. Okay, cool. That's a good occupation. You know, it is. But, to be a mechanic, you got to have a garage. And for me to be an RV tech, to be mobile, to be mobile is kind of easy in the beginning because, um, you pay for your business fees, you pay for, you're setting up your business, you pay for your accessories, your tools. You got to buy tools. You got to buy, things like resistors and transistors and inverters and converters and bearings and all these little things that people will need on the spot, like fuses, circuit breakers, wiring, battery, that kind of thing you need to have on you to make quick money versus, you can't carry around 5 air conditioners and 5 refrigerators and 5 furnaces and water heaters, you know. So some of it you got to carry on the spot, like I said, plumbing fittings and electrical wiring, electrical circuits and fuses and breakers and all these stuff. You got to have that in stock. But whatever else you'll have to order and have it wait till it comes in, and then you go back to the place and fix it. That's what they had to do on my rig. I had a warranty item. My bearing on my air conditioning blower fan was making a noise, and the guy came out and said, "Okay, we don't have that in stock. We're going to have to wait and order it, and then I'll come back, no fee to drive back, but an hourly rate to put it in." So I ended up spending over 300 something dollars for the repair. But I was happy to do that versus leaving my rig at an RV dealer and waiting 2 months, right? Couldn't do that. That didn't make sense. So, oh yes, still have my Magic Kingdom entry ticket for December birthday. God willing, all goes well. Yeah, I hope so. I just left Hollywood Studios on Saturday and had a great time. And I've already have my Epcot Food and Wine Festival from last year cut and already set up for a premiere for not this Friday, but next Friday. And I'm working on part 2 of my Epcot trip to the Food and Wine Festival. Um, so that'll be the following Friday. And then I'm doing my schoolwork. We'll see what happens after that. Yeah, he has a lift and more tools than we all have teeth. Right. Well, you gotta, that's part of any business. You invest in up front. That's what some ignorant people don't understand is they think that people who have businesses just sit back and collect money. But anybody who's has experience with running a business or knowing somebody who runs a business who's close to somebody who runs a business know that they work long hours. They invest a lot of money to get the money back. You got to put a lot of money up front to start a business, or you're borrowing it and you're in debt. Which, you know, thankfully, I haven't had to be crazy like that in what I'm doing now. I've already invested in some basic tools. I mean, I already have some tools. I already have socket wrenches and crescent wrenches, screwdrivers, and such, power tools, wrenches, screwdrivers, and all that, drills and things like that. But other tools I have not had, I went out to buy, like This is a outlet tester. So you'll plug this into the RV outlet, and if you look right here, you'll see there's some lights. There's 3 lights right here. 1, 2, 3. And right here, it has a menu to tell you how it lights up, tells you the problem or if there is no problem. So it'll tell you, okay, you have a bad neutral, it's not grounded, or it's reverse polarity, those kinds of things. This light will tell you that just by plugging it into the outlet. And then those GFCI outlets, like in the bathroom, where, if somebody was to drop the hair dryer in the water, they wouldn't get electrocuted and die. This has a tester on it to test the GFCI, which is a ground fault interrupter circuit kind of thing. Something like that. I forget exactly the right words, but this will test that, and it has this little button right here. When you got it plugged into a GFCI, you hit that button, it'll short out the outlet to make sure it trips the breaker right away and it doesn't electrocute you. So that's what this little button does. You plug it in when the power's on. This will light up and tell you, okay, everything's cool. And then you push that little button and it shorts it out in a safe manner. And it's supposed to trip the breaker. So all the GFCI outlets trip and turn off. So your bathroom turns off, the outside outlet, because it's exposed to water, turns off. The kitchen outlet turns off, the sink outlet, they all turn off. And that's what this little contraption does. So this is not very expensive, but does a whole lot for the technician. And then, then you have a voltmeter. So this is a brand new voltmeter I bought. And with this voltmeter, it can do a lot of things. This one is more sophisticated than I anticipated, actually. It has an ohms meter, which you put a wire here. It can tell you the resistance going through a wire, which is really important. Of course, you have a dial here, and that dial you can dial it to amperage, you know, dial it to amperage. I don't have the batteries in it, so it's not on. And then you can dial it to the voltage. You want to see the voltage, you dial it to the voltage. And then the resistance in a wire, you can dial it to the resistance in the wire. And another bonus, look at where it's pointing at. It's pointing at Fahrenheit. It actually has a thermometer. So you can actually plug in wires right here. See the little plugs right here, right here, the red and the black. You plug that in and you put it on Fahrenheit. You touch the object with it, it'll tell you what the temperature is. Really, really cool. And there's other things I haven't even read up on it yet. So this is a must-have for an RV tech. And I already have that. So he helped me with taking out my dead RV fridge, and we put in a small 3-way fridge in and built a pantry. Shelves above. Spent a week. He wouldn't take any money for help. Well, that's nice of him. I'm not that nice. I need the money. I got to pay bills. Well, I mean, if it's your friend, I understand. Like my family, I've done roof work for my family and never charged them anything, but I also done roof work for them and charged them because it was a big deal. I mean, it's manual labor, ripping off a roof and installing a new roof. It was manual labor. So it's not like you can just type on a computer or test a thing and it's done. It took me a long time. So anyway, the whole reason I'm doing this is to make money. And of course, the fringe benefits are I can do my own work on my own RV. Like I want to put a new toilet. I have a cheap toilet in my RV. I want a new one. It has a small leak as far as the water input. Sometimes water leaks out. It's kind of random. So I'm like, I didn't like the toilet anyway. So I want to get a bigger toilet and I want to install it. There was some other things like a faucet. I want to replace the faucet in my my bathroom, that kind of stuff. So there's other things I want to fix, like put a dimmer for my lights in my bedroom and in my main, like right here, it's pretty bright. And over my recliners, I would like to put a dimmer. So I know how to do that stuff, but I'm looking forward to being more, knowledgeable and not worry about messing something up and start, doing some repairs on my own RV. Not that it really needs it, but it's just something I want to do. So let's see here. We just met. He's been a blessing. He needed a chop saw. Got him one for, oh my goodness, a chop saw? Wow, that's pricey. I had a chop saw, but when I moved in my RV, I was limited in storage, so I ended up selling it. And I didn't use it that often. So several tools I got rid of that were big. I even have like a $2,300 sewing machine with an embroiderer that I need to get rid of. I mean, I never use it, and I'm in an RV, so I'm gonna try to sell it. Some other things I could sell. I've already reduced my storage to a lot. If I start this RV business, RV repairs business, I got to just determine how am I going to carry around these parts and tools. I can put some things in my cab, but I need to carry things eventually a lot more. So I have a utility trailer and I have an open trailer. Open trailer won't be a good thing. The utility trailer, it would be great, but I use it for storage right now. So I would have to use that trailer, I would have to take everything out, pay to store my stuff. Or I buy, excuse me, I buy another utility trailer. So it's money. But I'm going to start small, not get in debt, just pay for what I can pay for. Knowing all the RV repair info will be great. Will save you tons of money. Yes. And also intricacies. When you repair something, the intricacies are really important. Somebody can look at like nailing shingles on a roof. It's pretty simple, but it's not as important as knowing how to shingle around a pipe or a chimney or up against a wall or a valley, or shingling the intricate parts is the important part. Because you can run shingles along the open area and it's fine out in the field, but when you get to this area, you don't do a good job. It's leaking. So the little details are what I want to learn. Reading a voltmeter, learning how to use this thing to its full potential. That's a major awesome thing. Learning about electricity, learning Ohm's law. I don't know if you ever heard of Ohm's law, but learning about Ohm's law, uh, is the foundation of electricity. Learning what an atom is, what's an atom made up of, protons, neutrons, and electrons, and learning how electrons move, how they move, what makes them move, uh, how to measure voltage, current, and resistance. Big deal. Very big deal. So let's see here. Did you know if you put borax in your RV toilet, it will eliminate the smell? No, I didn't know that. That's good information. Thank you for sharing that. I don't have any smell in mine. Little pissy Mike X Mall. Happy birthday. Who are you saying happy birthday to? Don't know whose birthday it is. Is it your birthday? Happy birthday to you. I don't know whose birthday it is. I still don't fully understand the voltmeters and multimeters. I have used the multimeter a few times. It's fairly simple. It really is. If you just go on YouTube, type in Ohm's law and watch it. It's so simple it'll blow your mind. They do a little triangle and they put a letter in three quadrants of the triangle. The top quadrant is dominated by a V, which is voltage. And then there's two bottom quadrants are current and resistance, which I didn't understand the resistance part, but I was learning that. Um, so those three things are like an algebra equation. So You can't have one without the other. It doesn't flow. Current doesn't flow. And they relate it to like a fire hydrant or water pressure. Current is the amount of water that flows. Voltage is the amount of power pushing the water. The diameter of the hose is the resistance. Those kind of things help you understand the electrical part. Linda, Robert is a roofer. Didn't mention to you. No, yeah, that's right. I used to be a roofing contractor. I also was a RV. I did a lot of things. I was a realtor, lawn service technician, carpenter's apprentice, concrete, steel, all kinds of things. I just was not everything. I was not a finished carpenter. I wasn't a precision carpenter, but I could do my own stuff. I heard. Thank you for the sharing that, Ford man. I heard about borax. Greetings, happy birthday, Mile Oxmal. Greetings, Mike. I meant. I remember learning Ohm's law in college myself. It is really simple. Basically, if you look at the top, you see how it says 400, then 40, and then 4. So depending on the amount of amps that you're aware of a wire, you would dial it above the amperage that the wire has. If you have an appliance that requires 40 amps or less, you would dial it to 40 amps. Then it'll give you a better reading in the LED or LCD display. If you have something that's below 4 amps, you just dial it down. That kind of thing. And it'll give you a better reading. And if you want to measure the amount of pressure or the power that's going to come out of the line, you would use volts. And then if you want to measure the resistance, you would use the ohms setting. And it's something that you can learn online. You can learn that on YouTube, no problem at all. And especially for measuring like an electrical outlet, it's really good. And what I showed you before, this little dude does so much for you right here. Just to test an outlet to see if it's wired right. You plug it in and it's going to tell you if it's wired right just by the little lights. Really simple thing. I don't know how much this cost, but it was super cheap. Not very expensive at all. So this is great for homes. You plug it in a home because the RV is wired similar to a home. So this will work on your home too. Kenny, please greet Paw Paw for me, buddy. Thanks, Fairy Dust. Laugh out loud. Whose birthday is it anyway? Nobody's birthday here that I'm aware of. Nobody's birthday here. TR Bowling. TR Bowling. All right. All right. There is a another channel going live after me called Dream on Wheels. There is the link if you want to go what we call raid, mean everybody go over there and say RV Weekends sent you to their raid. Feel free to do that. That starts at the top of the hour. So go do that if you'd like. I won't stay on much longer past the top of the hour. I can feel my voice feeling the strain of talking so much. So feel free to go there. If you want to ask me any questions or talk about a certain subject, feel free to ask me. I'm totally open to it. I usually do a live after a major premiere on Tuesday and Friday. So that's when I usually do my lives and just try to have fun. Not crazy fun, but just, talk about whatever subject you want to talk about. And since I did the RV show, I try to talk about RVs. That's my number one. Let me turn this down here. There. That's my number one topic is RVs because I live in an RV full time. I've been in my RV for going about 2 years. I have one of the electric outlet testers. They are great. Right. Yes. And that's another thing I'm learning. Gracie, as always, great topic. Thank you, Gracie. That's another thing I learned is the first thing I'm learning is a thing called PDI. It's called pre-delivery inspection of the RV. So before somebody buys an RV, they can call me when I'm done with my class, and I can come out and test the propane system. Really important. Test the propane system. You test the regulator that makes sure that regulator's operating properly and safely. You test for leaks in the propane system. Also, you test the water system to make sure that the water pump is putting on enough pressure. The faucets should work good. The drain system drain. Test the system for leaks to make sure there's no water leaking out because you not may not see the water leaking out. I know I have a leak in my system, and I know where it is. It's in my toilet, and I'm looking to change it out pretty soon. But anyway, that pre-delivery inspection is really important because then you test the electrical systems for wiring problems, shorts, the GFCI system, make sure it's functioning right. There's also other things that could be wrong. Like if there's, if you have an older rig and somebody worked on it, if they wired something wrong, they could electrify on a metal part that you're not aware of. You could touch the door frame and get electrocuted. So those are types of things that you can test before someone drives out. Then you test the frame, you check the frame, the appliances, and all that stuff. So let's see here. Gracie says, "I love the TR Bowley, the Bowling show," and I don't know if I'm saying that right. I hate that it is at the same time as Dow, but at least I can rewatch one if I miss it. Yeah. Oh, you mean Dream on Wheels? I got you. TR Bowling. I don't know what that is. I don't go to a lot of lives, so could have used one of those before I bought mine. Right. Well, that's why I'm taking the class. To all, have a fabulous week, Gracie. Nice to see you. Thank you for coming in, saying hello. Be safe. Thanks, Robert. Take care of that voice. Have a great rest of the week. Raid Parade Friday. See you all there, if not sooner. Propane leak in your toilet. No, water leak in my toilet. Water leak not in my toilet. It's on the outside where the water connection hooks up. There's a valve there. So when you press on the thing, the water comes out and flushes the toilet. I think there's a problem with that valve and the water comes out and drips out sometimes. And I got a little catch cup there to catch it, that kind of stuff. I had a massive propane leak last year. The guy who filled the tank overfilled it because he didn't let the pressure out yeah, you got to purge the propane tank. There's a overpressurization valve on the top of the propane. It's called actually technically not a big deal, but technically the 10, 20, and 40-pound propane tanks are actually called propane cylinders. A propane tank is affixed to an RV and never comes out, but that's not a big deal. Just something I learned. But yes, propane tanks have a valve on top. It's called an overfill prevention valve, and you're supposed to open that and let that bad air out. And when you fill it, it's supposed to get to when it gets to 80% filled, it's supposed to spit out and you shut it off. So, yeah, real important. See you later, Fairy Dust. He blew out the gasket, right? Check his channel out, Robert. I really think you would like his show. I'll have to. What's it called? Let me take a picture of it. The TR Bolin show. All right. I'm going to take a picture of it. TR Bolin show. And this is how I go back and check people's channels when they're in the chat. I take a picture. It's an RV guy who shares info about RV repairs. Cool. Yeah, I plan on creating a channel just for that. Depending on the name of the business that I make it. Haven't come up with a name yet. Hey there, Leonard. Right? Leonard. Right. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for popping in to say hi. I've been here an hour, so I'm pretty beat up. Um, yeah, I haven't come up with a name yet. I've pondered a several names, simple name like RCRV repair services, Services, Rocket RV Services. And a motto was like, all we do is house calls, or house calls is all we do, something like that. Mobile tech, you know, PDI, preventive, no, pre-delivery inspections. Um, Looking to buy an RV, inspect your RV. Um, Repairs, that kind of stuff. Good to see you, Leonard. It took 3 days to let all come out after it blew the seal on the bottom. Wow. Yeah, propane lasts a long time. I was very surprised how cheap the propane is. If you can find somebody who refills your tank, um, you can find some good prices on propane, and it's a lot cheaper than electricity. So I use my propane as often as I can. I use charcoal to grill, and I try not to ever use my toaster oven. And use my propane water heater. I don't use the propane water heater as much. But yeah, propane to me is a lot cheaper than electricity. T.R. Bolin, right? Tell him Linda sent you. Okay. Sorry, I thought you were saying good night, Fairy Dust. I did too. I thought you were saying good night too, Fairy Dust. Yes, I was, but was walking and had not left. I got you. All right. So this evening I did my class. The electrical part, the it was three. I did three modules so far. First one was propane. Second was water. Third one was electrical. The propane was fairly quick, and it had quizzes throughout, so it was nice. You did like a third, there was a quiz, then another third, it was a quiz, and then the final one you got a big quiz. Water, similar, but the electrical was really big, and it was like, okay, when's this quiz coming up? I'm doing this, I've been here an hour and a half, no quiz. I keep going. I shut it down, come back the next day, started doing more. I read the beginning back to where I left off to refresh my brain, because I don't want to do a quiz unless I did a refresher. And sure enough, I went again another day and did not a whole day, but another hour or so, and never got to a quiz. So there was only one quiz in that electrical, and it definitely hurt me, because certain things I got a little flipped over in my brain and didn't do as well on the test. And then when I looked at the answers, I went, oh yeah. And even after I got one wrong, I went, oh, I know what I did wrong. So I think the important thing is that I got the information. It's level one. Level two is where it gets serious. But I'm loving it. I'm learning so much. I love it. I love technical stuff. I love repairing things and knowing how to solve things. It's nice meeting you. Glad Fairy Dust referred me to your channel. We'll see you again. Have a great night. Yes, nice meeting you too. And Linda, right? Linda. Nice meeting you too. Thank you for coming over, and I'll check out your channel and subscribe. So let's see here. Yeah, why don't I end this at a quarter after? We'll do that. We'll end it at a quarter after. Let's see what time it is. Okay. We'll end it at somewhere around a quarter after. So another 5 minutes, I'll end it. So how's you guys' week going? Mine's going good. I got a video editing right now. I'm editing the part 2 of my trip to Epcot. There's the link to Dream on Wheels. Check it out. and let them know RV Weekend sent you. We're getting rain now in Florida. We got a stalled cold front over top of us. It's a little chilly. I got my sweatshirt on. It was a little chilly today on the roof. I wore a sweat jacket with a hoodie, to which I alternated on off when I got hot, cold. Worked on the roof. And I checked the weather before I left this morning, and it said it's going to be raining when you get off work. So I drove my truck to work, and a good thing I did, because when I got off work, it was raining. So that was good, because I usually ride my scooter to work, and I didn't today. Linda is the lady who made sure Kenny was taken care of. Oh, thank you for clearing that up. Thank you, Linda, for taking care of Kenny. Appreciate it. So I appreciate you referring her to me, Fairy Dust. Thank you. Very cool. We are expecting temps in the 60s. Woo! For Thursday through Saturday. Nice. Well, we got a cold front. Like I said, it's just stalling over us. Let me look at the weather. Yeah, it's been raining here. It's 9. It's 10 after 9 right now. It's been raining since I got off work around before 3. So before 3 o'clock, it started to rain. It's not horrible. It's just a drizzle. But I can hear it picking up now on my roof. And so it's been raining the whole time. I put out my awning to smoke the chicken. So I'm so thankful I have an awning. So I did that. Yeah, it's nice to have good friends like her. Yeah, that was really nice of her. That's right. Take care, Kenny. Yep. There's a lot of good people in this world. Lots. And a lot of people don't get any recognition for it. And they don't do it for the recognition, but I'm just saying. So, anyway, we got temperature at 51 degrees here in Central Florida. And they're forecast a low of 49 tonight. Tomorrow, a high of only 63 and a low of 44. Clearing skies tomorrow. And then Thursday, 6% chance of rain, clear skies, sunny. And Friday, a high of 71, a low of 55. And Saturday's looking really good for RV show. High of 72, low of 57. That's looking perfect for an RV show. No rain, 24% chance. Sunday rain possible. So looking really good for this Saturday. So I hope you guys are having a great week, and I hope you enjoyed the live, and I enjoyed your time. You guys spending time with me. It means a lot to me to have you guys hanging out with me. Thank you for doing that. And thank you for watching my videos and my premiere and commenting. I like to see the comments. I'm just a tiny little baby channel, so I like to see your comments and talk back. And I do have an email. If anybody wants to email me, please feel free to email me. If you want a bumper sticker, something like that, send me your address via my email, and I'll send you a bumper sticker, as many as you want for free. It's my pleasure to do it. And thank you for watching and subscribing and all that. So, like I said, I got a premiere coming up, cooking some chicken, smoking some chicken on the grill, on the smoker for Friday. And I got a premiere. I got a premiere and then a live after that. And I'm doing schoolwork is becoming number one priority after this weekend. I will have a set schedule to stick to get hours done before Friday for my schoolwork. So I won't be able to mess around as much. We'll see what happens. I don't know how it's going to work. Depends on each week will be different. So good night to everyone. Thank you for being here. God bless you guys. Have a great week. And I'll leave the chat going, and you can chat a little bit and or leave whatever you feel led to do. And we'll see you on Friday. Take care.